Why, hello there. Welcome to our show. This is CLX Foundry Live, and welcome to the show. I'm DJ Blue PDX, your host, and joining me live right now from our studios in Wichita, Kansas, it's none other than sometimes in, sometimes out, it's Zach Killingsworth. Currently, our lead technical expert, Paul Steffens, is out on assignment, and we'll be able to talk about that later on when he comes back with a full review and political report. Just kidding. So, with that being said, we've got a great project for Micah in Georgia.
Correct.
Zach, what are we shoving in this beast?
Alrighty,
I love this case,
this is a raw master that you can go to clxgaming.com and configure yourself. We are going to be dropping an Intel i9-14900 Kilo Foxtrot. All of that's going to be cooled with an Aztec 360 liquid cooler in black. We have an ASRock Z790CX motherboard today. A grand total of 32 gigabytes of 56 speeds from the Team Group for our memory modulars today. That is an MSI M450 1 terabyte NVMe. For our storage device, we have the always classic PNY 5070 12 gigabyte card. And all this is going into our fancy Fantex case. This is the Evolve X2. We offer this in white as well. Our fans today are going to be the Game DS M2s in black. We also offer those in white. And we have a very cool ASRock Pro 850G power supply. All of the funds for today.
I would love to know when we're going to do it, like when people are going to start making blue stuff. Like
blue stuff?
A blue case, like a whole blue design. I want it so bad. But in the meantime, let's talk about this case. This is a Fantex Evolve X2 in black. And one of the things that I love about this case is the visibility of it. So you've got 3 different sides with glass panels that you can see through. Now that's both great for the visibility of it, but it's also great because these are heat dispensing panels. They disperse the heat and they allow the system to cool faster. And that's the whole point of having a glass panel on there. Plus, it looks great with your RBG.
Oh yeah.
RBG? RGB?
I'll take it both ways. It works.
It's kind of like that meme. They got the LGBT lights. No, it's RGB, you idiot. Oh, God. All right.
You know, the BGOs.
By the way, I just hit my 29 months of tier 1 subscriber here with Twitch because reasons and awesome. To Shields over there on the kick side, what's up, boss? How are you doing, man? Good to see you. One of the things that's really important when you get your PC, when you order your PC from CLX, and you've got it for the very first time, definitely check out the instructions and the booklet that comes with it, so you understand how to take apart the case. Zach makes it look super simple, super easy, but it might be a little more complicated for some people. So just pay attention to that. And of course, and I got the chance to forward somebody to this. Actually, it was Necro, our winner of the
Oracle.
I almost said Oculus. That's not right. The Oracle build. And the questions came in. I said, hey, listen, get a hold of customer service. They will help you out. And they nailed it. They just walked him right through it.
See,
now, speaking of walking...
You want to know the crazy thing about our customer service? If you get a CLX Gaming PC, it's for life. It's for life. We're gonna be watching you
forever.
Yeah.
All right, let's talk about our motherboard. We've got an ASRock Z790CX. That's the Charlie X right there. Let's take a look at what's on this board, and I'm going to read it according to my list and then what I can see. So we've at the very top on the right-hand side, you've got your PS2 mouse and keyboard port. Now, this is for legacy devices. Some people have loved their legacy devices, and that's a great place to plug it right in. And then we've also got a USB 3.2 Gen 2 Type A. That's 10 gigs. You've also got a USB 3.2 Gen 2 by 2 Type C. That's 20 gigs up and down. And then you've got 5 USB 3.2 Gen 1 ports. It's fantastic for the connectivity. Then there's one USB 2 port. One random USB 2 port in there. Nobody knows why.
For your mice for your mouse or keyboard, So you use all the other ones for your storage devices. Like me.
We've also got ourselves an RJ45 LAN port, which is going to be our gigabit LAN and HD audio, along with our 2 antennas for Wi-Fi, the Wi-Fi. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. Tashio, how's it going, man? It is a Tuesday, my friend. There you go. Oh, Bill and Sean. Hello. Gentlemen, it's been a minute since my time at Aztec. Howdy. Whoa. Sean.
Good morning.
Did I miss something?
Always fresh endeavors. Yes.
Oh, sorry. I was like, oh my God, it's not Aztec Sean. It's Biwin Sean. And I hope I said Biwin or Biwin. Let's talk about the processor. We're going to be putting in this beast an Intel i9 14900KF. Now, this is the next generation after the processor that I have, and that beast is right behind me. It's gorgeous. So, Zach, what can you tell me about this processor?
Alrighty, this processor, this one right here in my hands, it has 24 cores inside of it and 32 threads. 8 of those cores are performance and 16 are for efficiency. Its base speed is 3.2 and it can boost up to 6.0.
Wow.
Super fast.
You. I like it. Biwin. That's what it is. It's Biwin. There we go. That is Sean's new prefix. That's good stuff. Oh, there we go. All right. Now, as we get this shoved in there, there's some things to keep in mind when you're putting your processor in. One of them, and I say this not because it should be obvious, but because people screw it up constantly. And I had a friend do it recently. Pay attention to how you put the CPU in there. There is a little triangle. It is a guide, and it matches up with what's laid out on the port that you plug it into. If you try and do it upside down, please don't force it. Murphy's Law says if you force it and it breaks, if it jams and it breaks, then it either needed to be replaced or, damn it, that's not how it goes. It needed to be fixed or it needed to be replaced, which is not the case. Flip it upside down. There you go. You're good to go. Now, I want to point out something that we don't really talk about a lot because we forget about it, and that is on the back of the AIO. So what keeps the CPU cool is, of course, your cooling unit. But to do that, it's got to connect to the CPU. That is what we'd use thermal paste for. Now, these come with thermal paste installed already. So, Zach, tell me about that.
Yes, so we do offer, if you go to our website, clxgaming.com, we do offer upgraded thermal paste, and that will allow the system to run cooler at a base. So when you are gaming longer, it allows you to game longer, it allows your processor to just play all of the fun stuff that you want to do for longer periods, but lots of heat distribution devices will either come with thermal paste pre-applied or in a nice little tube for you.
Nice. Nice. There we go. Okay, now, as we're getting this done, obviously you notice that Zach was putting in a bracket on the back, which is part of how you mount your cooling device, like an AIO, to the board. There is a very specific way that you need to do this when you're assembling one. So, Zach, walk us through that process.
Alrighty, so a AMD motherboard is going to have its backplate built onto the motherboard, onto the little chipset. An Intel unit, we're going to want to slap down this little backplate there behind it, and then we can mount our post to it and then finish tying everything up for our liquid cooler. And making sure that we have the right unit per chipset is very important as well, because even though you're playing with an AMD, there's AM4, AM5. Even though you're playing with an Intel, there's 1700, 115X, 2066. There's a lot of different CPUs out there, so be sure that you grab the right equipment for the right processor.
Yes. So, yeah. Bio and Sean, check your DMs on Discord. Jeff is in the house. What's going on? Cosign Cody. Hello. Welcome in. Glad to have y'all. And good to see you with a smile. I am doing my best. That's just the way it is right now. Now, you mentioned this was a liquid cooler.
Correct.
And a lot of people associate that with open loop, but this is a closed loop liquid cooler. What's the difference? How does that work?
So a closed loop is going to be all of this right here, and everything has been sealed up shut and vacuumed out so that there's not a whole lot of air inside here, and it's already pre-filled with fluids. And then the difference between an open loop is you will be installing a block on your processor, you'll be installing radiators in your case, you'll be installing tubes, whether those are hard tubes or soft tubes, and then you'll be topping it off with fluid yourself. So those are a little bit more intensive. They do offer a bit more of cooling because of the surface that actually connects onto either the CPU or the GPU, whichever one you want to do. And we do both here as well.
Love it. Absolutely love it. So, and of course, I use an AIO myself. Now, the liquid that's in here, I want to be I have a question about that, because I know people have asked this before. Is it water?
It is
Or is it more like antifreeze?
Yes, it's more of an antifreeze solution.
Inverted, yeah. It's an anti-heat.
Yes, than just water. But it's also not, you can't go to O'Reilly's AutoZone and pick up some auto freeze, like some stuff for your car and pour it in there. Definitely would not recommend that. It is a specific solution, and a lot of different companies, different manufacturers might have a different type of chemical in there to help cool some temperatures a little bit better. So
there we go. All right, now the next thing up is we've got the batarangs. I'm sorry, you said RAM. This is two 16 gig sticks, a Team Group DDR5 5600. Now they're going to go in slots 2 and 4, not 1 and 2. So I know I ask this all the time, but sometimes there are people who just don't know the difference, and I didn't know for a long time. Why do you need to do 2 and 4 instead of 1 and 2?
That is what is set up in the BIOS to be read first. They really want you to start on lane 2. It's just for ease of reading with the ones and zeros on the components.
The person who actually created the standardization of slot 2 and slot 4 had 3 different children, all of which were cheerleaders, and so it was 2, 4, 6, 8.
Yep.
Where do you put the RAM that you ate? And that's why it's there. No, I'm kidding. I have no idea.
George Lucas was involved a little bit, you know.
ILM said, huh? Oh, by the way, the head rag is going to be coming off once I get the bandaging done. Now, up next, we got to get the brains. Where are we going to put all the operating system and all the files? Well, that's going to be in our MSI 1 terabyte M450 NVMe. Now, this is a solid state drive. It is, but it's different than what you would consider a solid state drive, because it's not instead of being a drive, it is an NVMe. What's the difference there, Zach?
So a hard drive is going to have spinning parts on it. A solid state drive is just that. It's solid. There's no moving componentry on it at all. And so that's where an SSD comes into play. And then going one step faster would be the NVMe. And the NVMe just allows for direct connection. Like you can see, this is going onto a port on our motherboard instead of a hard drive, which would get plugged in via a cable to our SATA ports. So having a cable limits how fast stuff can read because it has to travel over that cable. Having something directly on our motherboard is going to be lickety-split fast on its transfer speeds. So like the new 5th gen NVMe's have like a 14,000 speed on them. They're ridiculously fast.
Yeah, it's insane. I have my operating system also on a 1 terabyte NVMe, and I have all of my games on a 4 terabyte NVMe. So I don't actually have any plug-in drives per se. I've got everything like locked into the board, and I still got like 4 or 5 slots left.
There we go.
It's ridiculous. Now, what you just seeing here, Zach? You got it. Why are you playing circus games with your radiator?
So our radiator sits outside of the case on the roof, and then our fans are going to get smushed in between, our fans are going to smush the case to our radiator, and all of our fresh air is just going to go from the floor straight up to the roof and right out the top.
So honestly, it reminds me of that game that you play at carnivals. We have the wand. It's straight with a circle in the middle, and then you've got to maneuver it up and around, and the things to get it down to the bottom, and pray to God that you don't touch the sides. And I have successfully never completed it.
Woohoo! That means you're human. That means you're human. Only robots can complete that game.
Right? It's a Cylon. That's how we know they're a Cylon.
Yep.
Silicon One says, I went to a terrible school when it came to sports. Our motto was, we suck, we know it, we show it. Hey, listen. Welcome to my gaming community. That's literally our motto. I was 6'3", but went to school route. I love football, but never wanted to play for the school. That's what intramural sports are for. My mom basically, I love my mom. She just passed. Funny story. My mom actually was the first parent ever in our entire intramural league to be asked
to leave
the practice and the game because she was louder than the coach.
See, that's why I can't do sports. My friend
oh God, she screamed so loud. She's like, Nathaniel, defense, defense, defense. And I'm watching my coach going, I have to play with these people. Can you just calm them down? Come on. Did not work out for us. You were saying?
My friend invited me to her bachelorette because, best friends. We do that. And it was at a baseball game. And she called me annoying because I don't know how to do sports. And so I just yell at the play. I just yell at the players because, I have a PBR with me. And that gets me into my extrovert mode. Or else I'm just stuck in my introvertedness of Zach's shy and doesn't like saying stuff. A PBR later, God, you don't even know how to hit a ball? That's crazy. I don't know how to hit a ball. But this guy's paid to do that.
I was great at baseball for a second because I could actually hit the ball. The problem was I hit the ball and then let go.
That's fine.
No, not when it constantly goes into the dugout and hits people in the head.
That's their fault for standing there.
I caused 4 concussions, and they were like, you're not batting anymore.
He's our designated hitter. If you can knock the other team out,
And, Silicon One says, I won a competition for state, and my mom got on me because my pants were wrinkled. Moms do what they do.
Mm-hmm. That's my boy. That's not my boy out there. He's wearing wrinkled pants.
All right, it says, I beat over 100 kids in computer science. What? What do you mean? 100 kids in computer science, and Mom, put your pants is wrinkled. Mom, I won. Yeah, but look at the crease.
Those
Look
photos,
at the crease.
Those photos. I was just wanting to mail them out to all of the aunts and uncles.
Right. We got Heracles over on the YouTube side. What's up, dude? How you doing? Good to see you. Welcome in. Glad to have you. As you can see now, there's lots of framework that gets attached to your fans. The key here, when you want to make sure that when you're looking to do this efficiently and proficiently, you want to make sure you've got your fans in the right direction when it comes to attaching it to these type of liners or frames that go into your case. Zach, how do you know which direction to go in, and what's the best choice on this one?
Well, up until the modern day of 2025, fans were kind of one-directional. And that was very easily determined by, you see the fan blades? It's sucking air in that way. You see the grill? It's pushing air out that way. Well, now we have reverse blades, so it's kind of a little bit difficult, but if we just look at the orientation of our blades, we should be able to tell which way they need to go. And for the most part, having airflow from the bottom to the top of the case is the best way to run them.
Oh, can I ask a question? Just for listen. So if you blow through the grill.
Yes.
You blow through the grill. Such is life. All right. So next up, I'm gonna censor myself on that one. Over here we got Joey Wheels in the house. Let's go. Kind of reminds me of MLB players that hit like 4 to 5 foul balls into the dugout. Yes. Did I hit the ball constantly? Yes. Did it go where I wanted to go? Absolutely not. Never once did it go where I wanted it to go. Let's see here. Look on one says I went to nationals for C++. What?
C++.
For C++? Really? My teacher was like a god. For the record, I was terrible at baseball. I let go of the ball one time and knocked up the umpire.
Yeah.
He deserved it. Damn, C++ though, that is not... Anybody who's not familiar with programming, C++ is a programming platform, and it is not easy to accomplish. It is so in-depth and so complex, and the fact that you were in nationals for C++, that's wild. Congratulations, by the way, and you're smarter than I am. Speaking of smart things, let's take a look real quick at that. Oh, as he's putting in one of the exhaust fans, can we back out to that shot where I can see the bottom again? I want to point something out. So if you see down on the very, very bottom, there is a platform with legs on it, right, that hold this thing up above. What's great about this is it creates a non-contact surface for the rest of the framing. And it's also got air filters in there. But the best part is, for those of you who may put your stuff on carpet, that platform, it will protect you from the static electric discharge potential. It will also ensure, it doesn't matter whether you're going to be on shag carpet or what, but it will make sure that there is breathing room for all of your fans. Because right now on this device, we've got 3 up, 3 in.
Yes.
No.
Yes, 3 in.
3 in, 3 out. No, 3 in and 4 out.
Yep.
Yeah, there we go. There we go. Rumhold. I was on a 5-stream watch streak. Hello. Awesome. Woo! Old fart like me before I learned Turbo Pascal. There we go. So funny enough, I used to teach kids when I was working at Microsoft. I was one of the people who would teach the Minecraft coding, 2 different classes, and they would bring classes of students in, and we would teach them how to code in JavaScript or in Scratch, and teach them Scratch coding or Java coding. And it was actually, don't put that there. Like, wait, that doesn't go there. But yeah, I discovered that, especially when it comes to things like Minecraft, kids are a lot smarter these days than we were when I was a kid. Also, I hate Minecraft. I know it's the worst thing to say ever, because it was like, how can you hate Minecraft? When you have to teach it, you learn that there's no loyalty. There's no loyalty. Wait, what was that? Yes. Yeah, as Jason was mentioning for production, the sheep and most of the animals just kind of wander around and get in your way no matter what. My daughter loves Minecraft. She's better than me. I can't build nothing. Oh my gosh! I hope she gets involved in the annual Minecraft events. So Minecraft and Microsoft do a whole bunch of Minecraft coding events where you can build all sorts of things and then show them off and possibly win prizes. So definitely check out that opportunity because Minecraft World is wild. I absolutely loved going to that event from Microsoft. One of the other things I love to go to is standoffs. You know what? I stroked out on that word. The one thing I like to go to is talk about standoffs because standoffs are very, very important when it comes to installing your MOBO. So, Zach, normally Paul answers this question, but you go ahead and take it. What is that?
A standoff keeps our motherboard up off of the back plate of our case because on the back of our motherboard, all of these little connection spots that have been soldered onto it poke out the backside of it. And if one of those is kind of touching down on the case, then that means our case could become alive. And, then that's just shock city for you. So, not fun.
Let's see here. Joey Wilson says, I saw one of those Minecraft competitions on ESPN and it was insane. Yeah, no, it is wild. Wild what some of these kids can get up to. And I say this knowing that kids are obviously learning more faster as we evolve in time. And it's absolutely inspiring, but also just shocking when you see what these kids can do in the minimal amount of time they are given to do it. And it's breathtaking. And of course, coding leads into all sorts of different technical jobs when it comes to everything from programming to app development or app maintenance. It leads into some really big positions. Ayo Proto says, boys, I messed up bad. Uh-oh. What did you do? What did you do? Why were you letting an open top drink on top of your PC? What happened?
Oh dear.
Tell me about it.
Gosh.
Talk to me about
it. It was Dr. Pepper and it was the worst. It ruined that machine.
Antibiotics in the house. Hello. And I have a rule, and right now I'm breaking that rule because I couldn't get my. It's going to sound terrible, but I have a sippy cup. It's an adult sippy cup, but I use a sippy cup generally when I'm here at the desk because I have a rule about no liquids near any of my stuff. And the other day I made the mistake, and thank God there was only this much juice left in it, but got everywhere. You got your PC hacked on purpose or just by chance? And I know the answer is, oh my God, I didn't want to get hacked in the first place. So what do you mean by hacked, Ayo? Because there are several different things that I can tell you just from assuming you're running Windows. Actually, which Windows are you running? That's the first question.
Wait, what is it? I know this system. What's the Jurassic
It's going to be... It's going to be 7, 10, or 11.
She can hack into it.
But there's been a huge string of phishing hacks and people who would attempt to ransom your PC to you. Let's see. Click the wrong thing. They took my YouTube channel, changed my password, and had malware on my. Yo. Wow. Okay. Ayo Pro 2. Here's the thing. For starters, how many different antiviruses do you have on your machine? If it's more than Windows Defender, get rid of all of them. Windows Defender is the only thing you need.
It defends your Windows.
It's the only thing that has kernel access to your stuff. Okay.
Okay, DJ, hold on. Stop. What does kernel access mean?
So kernel access is what actually goes into the embedded command structure of the operating system. You've got your kernel structure, and that's what interfaces directly with the different kernels in the processor. So that's how it directs traffic for information. If I'm correct. Am I correct? That's what I've always understood. I could also very much be wrong. Zach, your turn. I'm right? Aha! Yay, I got it. Okay, there we go. Had 2 apps I never installed on the PC before, and I downloaded Malwarebytes to find it all. There you go. Malwarebytes can work, but definitely utilize the deep search ability of Windows Defender. As far as them changing your YouTube channel and stuff, you need to hit up YouTube support immediately, because it's clearly got a lineage of attachment to your account and to your email, etc. It may take a second, but they'll get it fixed, usually. Allegedly. I'll just say that.
So they send Liam Neeson to get your YouTubes back.
I have a specific set of tools. Yes. Now, damn it, I want to go watch Taken now. I actually just watched an amazing Liam Neeson movie the other night with my housemate. It was
A Naked Gun?
Awesome. No, actually, I haven't seen that one yet. Now, this is about him being a former IRA fixer.
Oh.
And it's all based in Ireland. It's a beautifully well written and well performed and well directed movie. Yeah. So definitely just if you're on your Roku or your Fire Stick, just search Liam Neeson. There you go. AO says I did, waiting for them to get back to me with the advanced steps since they changed my recovery info and everything. What? 11K subscribers gone in seconds.
Eee.
Okay, I'm gonna share something with you guys that probably I shouldn't.
Links.
But here's the thing: A, don't click the links.
If
there's ever an email from an organization, aside from hey, we just reset your password, just go directly to the website and log in there. That way you know what's really happening. The other thing is password management. So a lot of people use a simple password. Some people are crazy enough to use the auto password that things like a MacBook Pro or Windows will do, which is insane because you can never remember it off the top of your head in case you have to log in elsewhere. You know, like if you're streaming. DreamHack. Oh, no. Not saying it happened to me, but I'm saying it happened to the person right next to me. Not my bad. So come up with a policy when it comes to how you're going to frame it, how you're going to say it. Like, I like to use phrases like, please with me, I dare you. And then I change all the I's to exclamation points, all the O's to zeros.
So now we can start.
And then a hashtag somewhere in there. If you use full sentences, it is way harder for them to actually figure it out than otherwise. But also, who the hell's going to guess that? We got shit over here on the SCHITT. Shit. It says, if I buy a 5090 and only use it for gaming, is it a waste since I'm assuming games won't use the full 32 gigs of VRAM? Interesting question. Thoughts, Zach?
If you can afford one, and you want to use it just for gaming, I don't think that's a waste. You'll be able to play video games for a real long time, and then whenever you are ready to upgrade to something better, when something better comes out, because you know how it is, that always happens, you can easily hook your wife or kid up with a pretty bomb unit. That's what I would go with.
And to give you perspective there, shiz, I'm trying to not say the word. I have a 3090 overclocked from Asus ROG Strix, and it's fantastic. It barely uses half of its memory, half of its VRAM for games, and I'm playing games in 1440 on Ultra, and that card performs like wild. So if you get a 5090, you're set for years. Mm-hmm. You have years of opportunity and performance. Future-proofing your design. Yeah. Future-proofing your PC is never a bad idea. That's why I'm very thankful that CLX gave me this beast, because I don't have to do anything to it for ages.
DJ, did I tell you I upgraded my 2060 to a 2080 Ti?
Ooh, what's the difference? How did it go?
6 gig card to an 11 gig card. Oh.
So I take it you're getting better FPS.
Well, I play games like Fallout 3, and so when it pops up, we're gonna scan your hardware to see what video quality we need to be at, and then it pops back.
I remember that.
You're on ultra high graphics. I'm like, yeah, let's do this. I don't play any modern day titles. I only play like decade-old plus games, so I'm always rocking max. That's all I want.
It wasn't until I had my old gaming PC, and I was able to usually pull like 80 or 90 FPS at medium to high on games like Rainbow Six Siege and stuff. Mm-hmm. But once I got this beast, I can roll 1440 and maintain 144 the entire time.
Dang.
And it's wild. Angels Forever is brand new to the channel. Welcome in. Recommendations for someone who has never had a PC. That is a great question.
CLXgaming.com. RTSs. Yeah. If you want it tomorrow, we can get you. There
we go. Go to CLXgaming.com to find out more. Actually, we're going to cover the website here in just a little bit, so stick around. We got some more things to talk about. And Angels, so the purpose of this channel, and for anybody else who's new here, our goal for this show is to create an educational opportunity for people. So if you're new to building your own PC, we can show you how to do it. If you're looking to see why our PCs are the best, which they are, you can watch us build them right here. And the best part is we also have pre-builts that are also built from a couple doors down from in the warehouse from where Zach is presently. Right now we got Necro Rizo. Hello. Necro, by the way, just won our Oracle PC giveaway, and it is fantastic. It's one of the spookiest builds we've ever had, and I'm so excited because somebody who's been a regular member of this community, of my community, and of other communities just nailed it. I love it. Yes, Paul is on assignment right now. He is currently in Budapest, and we will see him when he gets back.
He's on this search for a very special thermal paste. So,
and trying to figure out whether it's Constantinople or otherwise. Yeah, there we go. That's the word.
Istanbul, Constantinople. I would rock a 5070 over a 5060 Ti. It's just
war hands. There we go.
It's going to perform a little bit better in the long run. Yeah.
Can you explain the difference between a Ti and a standard?
So a Ti is going to be not quite the next gen number, but just a lot better of the variant it is now. So like the way I see it is like you have your die this big. Half of it is superb stuff. That's going to really nice level. Half of it's going to the next level. Well, still, you cut that in half, then you have two big halves. There's still going to be percentages of very high parts on that chip and lower end parts on that chip, but they still meet the quality aspects of like a 5090. So that's where like if there's a very nice spot in that chipset, that's going to go towards like the Astral cards and stuff like that. It's just kind of little teeny bit better of percentages.
Nice. By the way, PSF is in the house, coming all the way from Turkey.
Yeah.
There he goes, Mr. Paul Steffens. What's the weather like over there in Turkey, and how are you faring, sir? I understand that there is a lot of kebabs that you can choose from. Warhan says, thank you for that great answer. You are extraordinarily welcome. He said it's hot and muggy in Turkey right now.
Well.
And, that's how you cook a turkey, in a hot and muggy environment. Now, speaking of things that you hook up and play with, especially things that have cables, let's talk about our PSU. It's an ASRock Pro 850G. Now, that's what you're playing with right now, though. This is different from some of the other ones that we've used, and it's different for a good reason. What kind of power supply is this, and what are the other options for power supplies?
So this is a non-modular power supply. Non-modular means all of our cables, it can't be modded. A modular power supply, we can plug in these specified cables for our build. If we wanted to add some pretty colors to it, then we could get a cable mod kit that matches our power supply. And we want to make sure that the cables do match our power supply. Bad things can happen if you don't have them matching, but a non-mod power supply is going to have all of our cables already set up for us.
There we go. As what I say, again, we're looking forward to Mr. Steffens returning to us at some point. But right now, other things are necessitated. That's, you know what? 2 words I failed at once. Necessary. There we go. Good. All right. Can we start over? God dang it. Now, when it comes to cable mods can really, they can be applied to hybrids and modulars, or just modulars?
I would rock just modulars.
Got it. And Paul, we're obviously kidding with the turkey thing, but our heart is with you. And I hate to say the thoughts and prayers thing, but there it is. Now, as you're screwing that in, this is a great thing about this. Now, notice where the power supply is. It's underneath that housing where you see those 3 fans for that are intake fans. So it creates a separate environment. How is that helpful to the performance of the machine?
Yes, so our power supply is sucking fresh air for itself off of the floor. We don't have any heat from the inside of the case affecting our performance of our power supply. Most power supplies today have like an eco mode. Some of them even have switches on the back of it to where you can turn that on. And eco mode essentially is the fan won't spin until it has a big pull, just like graphics cards. That's a way to save power, because if you're having a fan spin constantly, then you're powering it, and that power could possibly go to somewhere else in the system that might need it, or just prefer to have a little bit extra.
There you go. Now this is a really great shot right here. As you can, there are also ports. So one of the things that gets installed and gets plugged in is your case cables, which is what happens before you do all of your component cables. So with that being said, that is what connects the ports that are built in to the actual frame. And I believe we have 2 Type A's, a Type C.
Where's it at? This side.
Right there.
Baby.
Yeah, and your headphone jack. So that all goes in. There you go. Yeah, that's a perfect example there, Jason. Thank you. Your 2 Type A's, your Type C, and then your headphone jack, which is great. You can plug things in and out of there. I use my headphone jack for a myriad of different reasons. Oh, yeah, and there's a filter.
And a filter on the roof too. So the roof
Dang!
on the outside has a nice RGB strip and some pretty cool slats on it. But on the inside there it's kind of hard to get on camera, but you can see it a little bit.
How have we never talked about this before? Oh my God.
It's pretty cool.
Okay. I'll be very honest, people. I just didn't know that there was that much on the top filter, and it's fantastic. Yeah. Warhand says, are the dust filters on the top and bottom? Are there dust? I'm going to read your question without having a stroke. Are there dust filters on the top and bottom of the case? Oh. Yes, there are. It's because you want to make sure that you are filtering all of the air that comes through.
Full length one for the case, so it covers. Yeah. This even has the power supply fan is pulling air from right on that too, so it makes it real nice and easy to clean the whole machine, having essentially one intake point being the floor, whereas some cases will have the floor as an intake and maybe the side or the front as an intake, and so being able to minimize just where dust and the debris can come into is very, very nice.
Warhand mentions, I have pets, so I need those dust filters. Let me tell you.
Yep.
I have 2 Great Danes. They're short-haired animals. I could literally cover a hairless anything with the amount of fur that they shed every day. It's insanity. And they aren't even allowed down into the studio, and I've still got hair coming up. It's wild. And Necrobook says one reason why I sell our top tier PCs. I want to echo that and say this because it's very important, and we're going to talk about this a little bit later when we cover the website. But when the PCs are built, unlike other companies who are irresponsible with their partnerships, we're not going to mention who, but your install for Windows is clean. Zach, what does that mean?
That means we are only sending you a gaming PC that has a Windows 11 operating system on it. If you would like Linux, you could call. But we aren't installing any malware, software, bloatware, nothing bad. The only thing we do give you is every once in a while there will be a CPU or a graphics card that is partnered with a video game, and you get a free video game. Like there was the Doom Dark Ages with the purchase of a 50 series card.
And there's an Assassin's Creed giveaway and a whole bunch.
Yeah, so pay attention if you want a free game with the computer. Those are literally the only times we send stuff out on a machine other than the operating system.
I know that when I was
fun time.
And it's fantastic because I remember when I was working at Microsoft, that was the same thing. It was just raw Windows, and everybody's like, "Well, where's all the other stuff?" You don't need any other stuff. You're good to go. And that's one of the things I love about working with CLX is because they are very specific on not exposing their clients to any type of ridiculous, unnecessary garbage. So, Warhand mentions...
Unlike consoles,
oh, no, go ahead.
when you get an Xbox or a PlayStation home, what's the first thing you have to do? Download stupid updates. Fully set up. For 12 hours, we've been making sure that your machine is going to perform for you superbly. So you don't have to do nothing. You just plug in your stuff and go.
Warhand mentioned that I have Windows 11, and there's an update that will not complete. It always fails. Microsoft is aware of the issue. Yes, I'm going to be very honest, as somebody who briefly graced the Windows Update team for a hot second, and I mean a hot second. Congratulations. I'm glad they finally recognized it and acknowledged it. Not always the case. But I love you, Microsoft. You're a great employer, and I wish you well. Going back over to the Twitch stream, our freebie games for Windows 3.11 was Minesweeper. Oh, wow!
Nice.
That takes me back. Good Lord. And mine's, well, no, it was Snake. That was a bunch of Minesweeper. It was Snake. Snake was the first game ever on a mobile phone.
Yep.
And it was on the 6185 by, oh God, who made the 6185?
I had mine
Doesn't
on
matter.
a Nokia brick. I had the
Nokia 60. There we go. Nokia 6185 was the first one to actually be able to play Snake on it, and it was awesome. And at the time, we thought we were so ahead of the times. And I was actually working at a telecommunications company that was previously part of Ma Bell. For those of you who don't know the history of telecommunications, Ma Bell I would guess you can say they covered all the country. They had a monopoly. The government forced them to divide up, and so they created different districts of things, and it was sold and became independent companies. And I worked for US West, which was the phone company here for the Pacific Northwest. And the things that you learn once you're inside of a system and discover, that's why this works like this. Never ends. It never ends. Silicon One says, I thought I was cool with my brick Nokia phone with a blue light with Tetris. Yo! There you go. There you go. You paused updates for a month beforehand? Good idea. For example, I won't update anything until I know that I'm past my stream date. So I don't do any updates like Tuesdays because I'm here. Oftentimes, Wednesdays or Thursdays, I will get to the update and figure out what needs to be updated, what doesn't need to be updated, and then figure out whether I'm going to do it. Now, one of the things that's great is PNY. PNY makes some incredible cards, and this, of course, is a PNY RTX 5070 12 gig. Now, these cards have come in many different flavors, whether you're talking about a two slot, 3 slot, or a 3.5 slot. So, Zach, tell me a little bit about this card.
This is a hard 2-slot 3-fan card. So there are lots of companies out there that might have a 2-fan variant of their lower-end cards, like their 50s, 60s. I'm not sure if a 70 goes down to a 2-fan, but the triple fan is in the normal today. This is a medium weighted card, not super duper heavy, but the cool thing with this case, right up there at that top, is an anti-sag bracket built into the case, so no matter what, it will be able to rest on something, and we'll be good to go.
There you go. Now, for those of you who may not know what an anti-sag bracket is or why it's important, how does that help?
So, because a lot of these cards, the big 90s and 80s series, are triple slot, some of them are kind of pretty big, pretty heavy, that can apply some pressure. And you can see that just with my finger, I am pushing a little bit hard, but if you have a heavier card, it might auto sag and do that, and that applies lots of pressure to our PCI lane, and not very good times can happen, especially if we're going to some LAN parties and we don't have anything holding our graphics card steady. We might cause a little bit of trouble, showing up to our buddy's house to play some Halo Combat Evolved, and next thing you know, oh, your machine doesn't work. Oh no. Be the worst.
That's always an issue. Speaking of Halo, which is great. Anybody who doesn't know that Halo is releasing itself across the industry, with the exception of Nintendo. So it is going to be PC, Xbox, and now PlayStation. And in doing this, what they've done, and I understand, I was a little frustrated at first until I got it explained to me. But they are remaking all of the original Halos. Not Exactly. It's not a remaster. They're remaking, as in it's going to be a brand new thing with new elements, new journeys, and new storylines. But it's going to be Halo 1, 2, and 3 are all coming out. The reason is because it's difficult for you to justifiably introduce PlayStation players to a franchise that they've never touched and never seen. So grounding it to zero, like taking everybody to ground zero, like, all right, now you're all going to be able to do it. Plus, we get advanced movement mechanics in Halo 1, 2, and 3 now, which is fantastic.
Okay, describe that, because I don't know what that is.
So the difference is before, like in Halo 1, all right, Halo CE, Halo Combat Evolved, you could walk, right?
Yeah.
But there was no running.
Yeah, that put everybody onto a even playing basis.
There was no grappling, nothing.
Okay.
And there were hard walls, which means there's clear hard walls where you just can't go in a place that didn't anticipate you to go. So if you're being awkward like me and running around the map like a madman, no. So this is how it's going to be altered, and that was one of the things that I recommended when I was working with Halo and Xbox for Outpost Discovery. Was the recommendation that, look, what needs to happen is you need to take the entirety of the Master Chief Collection, which is the collection of all of the original Master Chief stories, minus 5, and put it all into an equalized movement mechanics baseline, so that every game it's the same. God, I love that door. Real fast, so we can stop talking about that. Zach, talk about this door real quick and why it's important and how it helps with the performance of the machine.
Yes, so this just keeps track of all of our cables. There are a few cases out on the market that will have like a little bar that covers up the cable management, which is really nice. It just helps keeps everything back and down and encased in a nice little housing area for all of our cables.
Nice. Real quick before you put that on, I just want you to point out two things. Can you flip that door open again? Yeah. So for those of you who have never done cable management, it's really important because we didn't get a really good chance to see it. Notice that there are, for the Fantex cases, there is Velcro ties that are really helpful when it comes to separating when you're routing your, what would you call it? Your case cables versus your board cables.
Yeah.
So how do you do that?
So all of our case cables really come out of the floor, and then they just go to the Type-Cs and the Type-3s and then our HD audio. And then all of our big power cables, I'm able to have, these guys have ribs on them too, so you can really hone in where the cable goes over to the front, so it looks really nice and it has like a specific curl to it compared to like something that might come in from a higher angle and then drop down or be up high. Having it pop right out where I want it to just makes everything on this side of the case looks so much better too. So it's not just the back makes the cables look good, but how they are able to go into the case as well.
So I guess you could say that the cable management is ribbed for the operating system's pleasure.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna burn in hell for that joke. All right, as we're getting all the sides and putting things back on, I want to take you all on an adventure that we didn't do last time, but we're going to do this time, and that is to take you through a journey into CLXGaming.com. At CLXGaming.com, we try and make it as easy as possible for you to get the PC of your dreams, and it's going to work for everything you need it to do. We've got multiple different sizes of PCs. If you want a giant one, great. We've got RAWs, we've got sets, we've got Scarabs, we've got Horuses, and they are all different size machines. Like this is an 011. There are machines much smaller than that, as you can see with the Scarabs. But you get to choose it depending on what your profile is, what you're wanting to do, and we've got pretty much everything you could shake a stick at. Whether you are choosing motherboards or processors, we've got Intel, we've got AMD, we've got Radeon, we've got NVIDIA. We actually have ARC too, which is fantastic. And this is all something you can build in here. And the main section is great because you get to choose your RAM, choose your hard drive. If you want a secondary hard drive, that's great. And you can't screw it up. So does that little green button upstairs turned yellow? Well, here's why. In this example, we have a graphics card that requires more power than the power supply unit that was selected. So to solve that, you're going to click that yellow button and let's say, hey, okay, if you want to use this power supply, you have to use one of these graphics cards. But if you want to use this graphics card, you can use one of these power supplies and keep your graphics card. Generally, keep your graphics card, go with a bigger power supply. That's just my opinion. Once it's solved, you're good to go. And you can do everything in here, including additional cards. If you want extra networking cards, cable ties, we've got all sorts of fun things. And then, of course, over on the Foundry, here's where the fun part is. The Foundry is where you can choose your cooling, whether you're going to be using an AIO or an open loop. We can also upgrade your thermal paste to something that's even better than what we usually have. And if you want to overclock your GPU, we can do that. You want to overclock your CPU, we can do that. You want to overclock both, we can do that. Because we're awesome. And then it's to the accessories page. And this is where I love to play. First of all, make sure you make use of this because you can only get these if you purchase a PC. And that means, look at that. CLX t-shirts, hats, and windbreakers. The windbreakers are the most popular, let's be fair. Get yours when you get your PC. Just be aware. And then as we move across the board here, it is literally a one-stop shopping center. Everything you could possibly need for streaming or gaming or both is all right here. If you want a new keyboard, we got it. You want a mouse, we got it. Controllers, headsets. We got tons of headsets. Mics. We have Beacon MixCrate and Beacon mics that are fantastic. They're absolutely fantastic. Speakers, monitors. We even have routers and chairs. Well, we have one chair. There we go. And that's all available. Now, a lot of people might think, this is a little complex, a little too much for me right now. That's why we take you to our RTS, known as the Ready to Ship section. Now, these PCs have all been built in the same warehouse as all of the custom PCs have been built. They are assembled and tested. There are multiple different variants of it where you've got entry level, mid level, ultra, and then ultra high, or high and then ultra high. And that gives you a great opportunity to take a look at what that cost is going to be when you balance it out to what different items you have in the PC. It's an awesome opportunity to check out what you can do and to see, hey, I can afford this. We even have payment plans, which is awesome. So awesome. So, for all of your future PC needs, whether it's gaming, streaming, or otherwise, head on over to clxgaming.com and see what we can do for you today. There we go.
Warhand, yes. Every system we build, doesn't matter what it is, if it is an RTS system or if it is a custom build, or if you call our tech support and have them set everything up with them. All of our systems go into testing and they get burned in for 12 hours. We're doing Prime 95, test benchmark, all of the fun stuff.
Real quick.
Yeah.
This is what I was going to ask this question earlier, but when it comes to testing, every PC goes and does what? It's what Zach is describing. Zach, go on. Sorry.
Yeah, so all of them get Prime 95, fur marked, and all of that. If we notice that a memory modular isn't up to speed with the other one, then we trade that out. And if anything happens, that's essentially why we do a 12-hour big burn. Is if something bad is going to happen, it usually happens in the first 12 hours. Minus shipping, stuff does happen in shipping. That is where our lifetime support is very helpful. If anything happens, and that doesn't matter if you bought it, if you want it like Necro, if you have a CLX machine, you can hit us up and we will take care of it for you.
Now, Warhand does have an interesting question. What if I buy one without a graphics card? Will it still go through the same testing stages?
Yes. 100%.
All of it.
100%.
But you need to make sure that you're choosing a processor that has graphics on board with the processor.
Also, I will throw this out there.
Oh yeah.
if you do want to purchase a machine, sans graphics card, because you have your own graphics card that you want installed. Same with storage devices. If you have storage drives at home that you are going to install, once you purchase the machine or right before you purchase the machine, give us a call and let us know, and we can have all of the cables plugged in. So literally as soon as you get it, you can plug in your hard drive. All of your games are there. You can plug in the graphics card. We've built a couple of machines, sans graphics cards, or high-end parts with kind of a mid-range graphics card, and they were going to take that card out when they got home, give that to their wife, because they've got a card that they're going to throw in. So call us and let us know if you have storage devices or graphics cards, because we can have all of that stuff plugged in and ready to go so that you don't have to play around with any of that fun stuff.
Again, customer service with CLX Gaming is top tier, absolutely next level, and it is awesome. Speaking of awesome, we've got a machine that we're going to try and turn on for our friend Micah in Georgia. Are you ready? Let's go. Ta-da! Oh my goodness. Okay, I like that. I really like that. The way the color change on the top versus the bottom.
Oh yeah,
that's fantastic.
I'm just pushing buttons now. We're gonna go through some modes, and so like we do have the light strip that goes on the case right there, and it does have the little bar on the roof. So yeah, this is a very cool. We've got
okay, I really love that top, by the way. Mm-hmm. So now I'm going to ask a question because I don't know if anybody else figured this out, but I'm going to ask it just for me. So there's filters on the in and the out, correct? Look at that. That's fantastic. Look at that. Ah! I love it. I wish mine did that.
Here we go. Let's do speed.
Ba-da-ba-da-ba-ba.
Yeah, change those. See, that's what I like. Just the revolving around the wheel. Over.
I would love
I like
that if I could just eliminate the green color. Like that is something that was definitely seizure inducing. Mm-hmm. Angels Forever asks, what would be the best way to reach out if we have questions? And that is to contact our customer service. You can find that number on our website at the very bottom, clxgaming.com. And they'll be more than happy to talk to you about anything that you might have questions about. Let's see here. Cody says, I think I have the Leon Lee 205 mid, and it has a front cover plus a micro desk cover. I like it. Nice. Hologram fans will be next. Yes.
Oh, yeah.
So, nice.
We've already got Infinity Mirror fans, so that is the next step.
Right? Mine's finally working again.
Yay.
Woohoo. So, with that being said, this show happens every Tuesday and Thursday, starting at 11 a.m. Pacific to Eastern on Tuesdays. We're right here on YouTube, Kick, and Twitch. And on Thursdays, we're exclusively on TikTok. You don't want to miss those shows. If you want to find out more about what's going on with the latest and greatest of all things CLX Gaming, head on over to our socials. That's YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, and Threads at CLX Gaming. All right? And you can also check out our Discord, discord.gg/CLX Gaming, where you can find a bunch of other like-minded PC enthusiasts and gamers. It's a lot of fun. If you've got a CLX PC, there's an entire thread in there just for you to share pictures of your PC once it's set up. We love seeing it. We love seeing it. We should probably showcase that more often. So normally the show is in two parts with an after show, but today we're not going to be doing that. So we want to say thank you so much for watching, and we will see you on Thursday live on TikTok with CLX Gaming. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you then.
Bye.